just letting people in now. I'm trying to find where reserve seating is. At this point, I think the protesters are trying to get in, or yeah, they're moving in right now. So we'll see how it goes about letting them in. With any of the protesters outside, or?
I was observing. I wasn't actively really a part of the protest, but I was observing. But yeah, just here to show solidarity and unity amongst other students. And just, I guess basically against racism and bigotry. So.
You're still saying that he should be allowed to speak.
Well, technically, America is a free country, depending on how you define free. Being a descendant of slaves myself, I support his right to speak, but every idiot with a mic shouldn't say something.
Explain a little bit why you're here tonight and what you're doing, what organization, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, as you may know, I'm an activist with the Campus Anti-War Network and also the International Socialist Organization. And David Horowitz has a campaign, he has a strategy for shutting down left-wing and progressive voices on college campuses like this one. He's part of the move to get people like Bishop Tutu canceled at the University of Minnesota, and he's part of the same campaign that got Norman Finkelstein denied his tenure, which is a silencing of academic freedom, and silencing of left-wing voices on college campuses. It's an assault on our universities, and we're here to show that this is not a one-sided fight, and he's up against what's to be a mass movement for
during the proceeding. Are you going to let him talk, or are you going to go to question and answer and say something, or what's the plan?
I'm doing a little personal experiment today, see if it's physically possible for Chris Doles to not heckle David Horowitz. I'm going to see if it's possible. You'll find out, I guess. Okay. Don't keep the camera on me the whole time. It probably won't be that exciting.
No.
But, I actually don't think it's possible, but I'm going to see what type of
there's going to be
I can exercise.
Okay.
Because I actually think it's that difficult. But we'll see.
But obviously there'll probably be some members from CAN or ISL.
Will anybody swing from the rafters and, steal his soul away again? I don't know. We'll probably sit here and just listen to his garbage and, be that much more committed to making sure that people like him aren't that much more possible in the future.
Why are you here tonight?
I'm here because I realize that David Horowitz is a very controversial person, and I do see the point of why he's here. However, I know why everybody else is here. I don't know. I want to make myself a little more well-rounded about the whole issue. I don't know. I have my beliefs about it, and I'm here because it interests me.
Okay. So basically this is more of an informational thing for you, not necessarily one of the people getting wrapped up in...
Well, not really. I know where I stand, and I'm interested to hear what he has to say.
Okay. So you lean liberal then, or
no.
You lean conservative?
Well, but not as conservative as he's
okay.
making it seem.
Gotcha.
I don't know. As far as Islamofascism is concerned, obviously it exists. However, the way he's going about the Islamofascism awareness is just getting people pissed, and that's not the right way to go about it.
So you don't need that much introduction as to who you are, but can you just say who you are?
Yeah, sure. I'm Kevin Barrett. I've taught on and off here in various subjects and departments since 1995, and I hope to be back in the not-too-distant future.
Okay. Basically, were you part of any of the protests that were going on beforehand, or...?
No, I was not.
You were?
I'm coming here independently on my own to take a look at Horowitz from my own perspective.
Okay. Obviously you probably have a conception of him beforehand, so you'd like to explain a little bit.
I think Horowitz is a member of the neoconservative cabal that staged a murderous coup d'etat on September 11, 2001. He is a suspect in high treason and mass murder, and he needs to be confronted along with Pearl, Wolfowitz, Bush, Cheney, Rumsfeld, and the other people who either blew up the World Trade Center or let it happen and covered it up.
And will you be voicing any of these concerns here, or will you just be a bystander, observer?
Well, we'll have to wait and see on that one, won't we?
Perhaps it'll just depend on what compels you to speak or something along those lines.
Right. If he says something that needs to be responded to, I may very well respond.
So obviously there seems to be a lot more open-mindedness here than I expected, at least. I saw the protesters, thought, okay, they're going to storm the stage, they're going to come out, and they're going to pretty much stop this from happening. But everybody's being pretty civil and pretty ready to open a dialogue, which is perhaps surprising for a single mind like myself. However, we will see what happens in the question and answer section, what happens with the actual speech, if there's heckling. You heard Chris Doles there who said he may not be able to keep himself from heckling, but this is all to be seen yet. Protest seems pretty civil, entries seem pretty civil, so we can only cross our fingers and hope for a good show.
Actually, wasn't my plan to warm things up. The heat is provided by a national hate campaign which has been organized by the political left. Many of you are present tonight, I can hear you. And so, which has attacked this event as an event put on by racists and bigots and Islamophobes. I'm afraid I'm going to disappoint you. This evening is not about prejudice against Muslims. In fact, this evening is in behalf of all those Muslims who are oppressed by Islamofascists. A tremendously serious issue for all of you. America was attacked on 9/11. It was attacked by religious fanatics carrying the Quran and screaming Allahu Akbar as they flew planes.
Horowitz!
Into tall
I have a question. I have a very important question for you. Why is it that your entire campaign don't chase me, bro. I'm just trying to ask a question. Sit down. I have one question to ask you. Why won't you defend the story?
I want to hear you talk about the issue. What's your problem? Sit down, you asshole.
Questions later. You have to wait like everyone else. Sit down.
Please resume the event. Thank you.
He asked me if I want to escort him out. Yes, I will.
After the lecture.
Investigate 9/11!
I did want to, right before I finish,